Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Our dear friend, philosopher and guide, Narayana Guruji, today's chief guest, Dr. Kavita Lagate, guest of honor, Sri Paresh Saraiya ji. Mukesh Patel ji has gone, but he is told he will be here mentally. Just now we heard Bhagyesh Jha, his lecture in Sanskrit, combined with English, combined with Hindi, combined with Gujarati, a versatile speaker. And then we have Mr. Radia, Divyesh Radia ji, all of them very good friends from a long time, and very happy that Sri Prayaswin Patel ji is also here on the dais. And we have many dignitaries of the dais. Swami Mantreshanand ji, the head of our Ramakrishna Mutt in Ahmedabad. Sri Vinod Rao ji, whom I met yesterday, the Secretary of Education Department of Gujarat. And all of the dignitaries present here, dear friends. It's a great pleasure to be here this morning for this very great occasion and the sacred occasion when the beautiful book is being launched. And Sri Narayana Guruji, one more feather in the cap. Just now you heard about 600 books already is written. He is a moving encyclopedia, and not mine of knowledge, but sea of knowledge, ocean of knowledge. So whenever we meet, he will just come, Swami, just one more book, one more book, one more book. All the time he will be giving one book, one book. And when we are traveling in the plane, he will sit down and immediately write down a chart and say, Swamiji, which lecture you are going to, which village? Yes, this is the chart. Servant leadership. So he is a moving encyclopedia, and not only mine of knowledge, but the ocean of knowledge. And the book that is written, Incredible and Inspired Leader Arjuna, Life That Became Light. The book itself is incredible. I have not yet read the book. I have gone through it. I had a cursory look at it. I went through, so many charts are there. So many charts. Just now you heard about the big chart. On one page, last page, whole of Mahabharata in one page he has given. That's what just now you heard. And so many beautiful stories. It's really the whole of Mahabharata you get in one small book. And nobody has thought of. They were always talking of Krishna, management of Krishna and all that. So many books have come out. But he thought of Arjuna. And very rightly it is then pointed out here that without Arjuna, there is no Gita. Without Arjuna, no Gita. Only Krishna is not enough. There has to be Arjuna. And this thing has been told in the Gita Mahatmya. There is a shloka. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vassa sudhir bhokta durdham gita mritam mahat. Sarvopanishado gavo. These Upanishads, they are the cows. They are like cows. The whole gist of all the Vedas is given in the end of the Vedanta called Vedanta. And this is nothing but the Upanishads. So Swami Vivekananda used to say, Upanishads are the gist of the whole of Vedas. Now these Upanishads, they are like cows. The simile has been given in this Mahatmya. Sarvopanishado gavo. All the Upanishads are like cows. Then this Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandana. And somebody is milching the cow. Who is milching the cow? The son of Nanda in Gokul, that is Krishna himself, is the person who is milking the cow. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandana partho vassa sudhir bhokta. Dugdham Gita Amritam. Partho vatsa. Vatsa means calf. Now you know the cow does not yield milk. You have to have a calf in front. In fact, cow gives milk only for the calf, not for you and me. But we are the thieves, we are taking away the milk. That's why Gandhiji left cow milk. But ultimately he had to take goat milk, that also the same thing. But because of the medical advice, he had to take the milk, whatever it is. But he left milk only because he said, we are stealing the milk of the cow. It is meant for the calf. So the calf has to be there. If the calf is not there, the cow will not give milk. Similarly, Gita's message will come only when Arjuna is there in front, then Krishna speaks. That is the thing. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandana partho vassaha sudhir bhokta. And who are all taking? Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. This milk is much more nectar-like. It is nectar. It is not only milk, it is nectar. Nectar that gives you immortality. It's a very special type of milk. Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. All those blessed souls, all those souls are blessed who partake of this Amritam. Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. But everything will come when the calf is there, Arjuna is there. So, Guruji, Narayan Guruji, he pointed out this. He has pointed out this, that without Arjuna, Gita will not come out. So, what is the importance of Arjuna that has been given here, and how the inspired leader and incredible leader, he goes from life to light. This is the journey that each and every one has to take. Every human being has to take. Which is the purpose of life, is to go towards the light. Asutoma sadgamaya, tamsoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Each and every one has to take that journey from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge, from death to immortality. This is the journey that everyone will have to take. And this journey has been told in Gita. And so the scene starts with Arjuna telling Krishna, let me see all those enemies. And then after seeing the enemies, he becomes nervous. First of all, he was full of enthusiasm. But after seeing the army, he becomes nervous. He is prey to depression. Stress comes. And then he says, I will not fight. He came for fighting, but he says, I will not fight. At that time, Shri Krishna admonishes him. You see, just see Krishna. How Krishna is saving him from not fighting. He is surrendering. Before fighting, he is surrendering. But it is Krishna who made this victory possible. But why this happened? Only one reason. And that is a beautiful clicking. G Narayana Guruji has given a lot of stories here. The one story that we should remember is that very important story that gives the crux of the whole thing. That where do we go wrong? Because we go Duryodhana way. That's why where we go wrong. We have to go Arjuna way. Then we will find Krishna. Then we will find true mentor. And then we will get the victory. So how it is? Beautiful story is told in this book. I went through this morning. The war, it has been decided that now war is imminent. It has to be, war will be there. So immediately the tradition was, in the Kshatriyas, any king who will receive the invitation to join the war from one party, he has to go to that party. So that is why everybody then goes to try to find out the friends who will fight from their end. So Arjuna naturally, Krishna is his mentor, his friend, philosopher guide. So he immediately travels to Dwarka for getting the help of Krishna, that you must fight with in my side. Now Duryodhana has got the whole CID department. He comes to know. So then he also travels to Dwarka. And naturally he is more more crooked also, and he knows how to manage the things. So he reaches earlier. But when he reaches, Krishna is sleeping. So he finds there is a throne by the side of Krishna. He sits down on the throne, like that. Now, immediately after that, almost at the same time, Arjuna reaches. He also finds Krishna is sleeping. So what does he do? He bows his head down, and within saluting mode, he is near the feet of Krishna. Saluting the feet of Krishna, he is at the feet of Krishna. When Krishna wakes up, he sees Arjuna. Arjuna, why you have come? Arjuna said, I have come because now the war is imminent, so you must be with my side. And Duryodhana says, what? I have come earlier. So I have come also for your help. Now there is a war here itself. Before the war starting, war here itself. So Krishna is very diplomatic. He said, you see, both of you are my friends. So I want to help both of you. So the equation is like this. On one side, I'll be there, but I will not take up the weapon. On the other side, my whole army with all the artillery and all the help and all the weapons will go. So you have to decide both. You have to decide one of the two. Now, since I have seen Arjuna first, though Duryodhana might have come earlier, but I have seen Arjuna first, so Arjuna will get the first choice. Duryodhana thought, I am gone. The war is lost. Because naturally, Arjuna will go for the army. Who will go for a person without weapon? But Arjuna says,
non-paying guest.
But Arjuna says, I want you to be with me. And Duryodhana is so happy, he is getting the whole army. With the whole army he goes that I have won the war because the whole army with all the weapons is with me. And a person without weapon, that helpless Krishna is going with Arjuna. But Arjuna knows the value of Krishna. That once Krishna is there, I have won the game. And because he put that much faith, and because he knew the value of Krishna, it is Krishna who saves him from every time. You can understand. So this is the crux of the whole thing. What type of choice we make, whom we make our mentor. If we have a good advisor in the company, if we have a good mentor, if we have a good teacher, then we have won the game. So this is the crux of the whole thing. Likewise, there are many stories and about the importance of Gita. You know, Gandhiji, Oppenheimer, who created the first atomic bomb, in fact, when the first bomb came at that time, he said, I remembered Vishwarup Darshana of Gita, given in Gita. He was so much voracious reader of Gita, and his hobby was to give the gift of the book Gita to all his friends, Oppenheimer. And so all the thinkers, whether India or abroad, haven't talked about the importance of Gita. And what does Swami Vivekananda say? Swami Vivekananda says, I'm reading out from the book Bhagavad Gita as viewed by Swami Vivekananda. In his own words, I will tell. Swami Vivekananda says, the teachings of Krishna as taught by the Gita are the grandest the world has ever known. He who wrote that wonderful poem was one of those rare souls whose lives sent a wave of regeneration through the world. The human race will never again see such a brain as his who wrote the Gita. The grandest teachings given in any book in the world, that is Gita. And there also he says, just while we were talking about one shloka, the best shloka. Swami Vivekananda also talks about one shloka. One shloka. He says, if you, my sons, can proclaim this message to the world, this message is from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna says, I will not fight, and sits down. So Krishna knows he has become prey of neurosis. He has become depressed. So now electric shock has to be given. When there is a mental patient, electric shock. So shock therapy. Sri Krishna is a great psychologist. He knows shock therapy. So he says a word which really irritates Arjuna. And that is what Krishna wanted, to irritate him fully. So he uses the word klebyam. Klebyam mas bagama partha. Naitvatta yupapadyate. Shudram hridaya dorbalyam. Takto tishta parantava. Get up! This faint-heartedness does not treat thee. You are talking like a fool. Klebyam. That is the worst word that can be told to a person, that you are a coward. Klaibyam mas vagama partha. This does not befit thee. Klaibyam mas vagama partha. Naitvati upapaddate. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam. Give up this faint-heartedness and get up for the war. So Swami Vivekananda says, if you can proclaim this message to the world, Klaibyam mas vagama partha, then all this disease, grief, sin and sorrow will vanish from off the face of the earth in 3 days. Swami Vivekananda says, in 3 days you can remove everything. If you can spread this message, Klaibyam mas vagama partha, Klaibyam mas vagama, get up, get up, get up, don't be a coward, don't be a coward. Then he says, if one reads this one shloka, Klaibyam mas vagama partha, naitatve upapaddate, kshudram hridaya daurbalyam taktotisra parantapa, one gets all the merits of reading the entire Gita. For this one shloka lies embedded the whole message of Gita. The message of fearlessness, the message of courage, the message of enthusiasm, the message of strength. This is the message that is given in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And then, as you know, then Krishna, because of this courage that was given by Krishna, this Arjuna gets up and finally he gets the victory. Now, present scenario. You know better than me. Economic slowdown, tough competition, dragon, China devouring, tough competition, depression. Even the youth are getting depressed, committing suicide for small reasons, petty reasons. Depression has come. Confused, highly efficient, very efficient like Arjuna, very much capable, talented, but depressed and confused. This is what I call Arjuna syndrome. We are all suffering from Arjuna syndrome. And that is why we have to receive the message of Krishna. And here, the whole treatment has been given in this beautiful book, very wonderfully well by Sri Narayan Guruji. So, what we have to do, let us go through that book, and at the end, I invoke the blessings of the Lord. May Narayana, the Adi Narayana, the real Narayana, may Narayana bless G Narayana Guruji for writing this wonderful book. May Narayana bless all those who are associated with the publication of this book. And may Narayana bless all the readers and take us from life to light. That's all that we want, life to light. Thank you very much.